Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum second year students. Welcome back to the class of histology. Today we are going to discuss with the histology of the cervix and vagina. So cervix is the lower barrel shaped part of this uterus separated from the body by the isthmus, and this is the lower barrel shaped part of the uterine cavity, and it is separated from the uterus by the isthmus. It has a lumen which is called the cervical canal. It has an internal os and an external os, and the lining in the cervical canal is the endocervix, and lining in the exterior part is called the ectocervix. So these are the different parts. This is the body of the uterus, and this part is the cervical canal, and this is the junction where internal os is present, and it is the junction where external os is present. In this insert you can also appreciate that this is the part of the endocervix lined by simple columnar epithelium, and this is part of the ectocervix which is lined by the stratified squamous non-keratinized type of endometrium of the cervix differ from the rest of the uterine cavity in that respect that it does not it does not slough with each menstrual cycle, and also there are no spiral arteries present in its endometrium. Its maximum height is 2 to 3 millimeter. Epithelium lined by the simple columnar epithelial cells which are mucus secreting in nature, and large number of the branched glands are present in the lamina propria. The external cervix or ectocervix is lined by stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. Next to the epithelium is the connective tissue, the wall that is dense collagenous connective tissue. The cervical glands which are present in the lamina propria are regulated by the progesterone. Their secretions increases at the time of the ovulation to nearly 10 folds. They become watery and clear in nature to allow the passage of the spermatozoa. Otherwise, in the cycle, these secretions are viscous and thick in nature. So this is a diagram and the histological section with H and E staining showing the area of the ectocervix as well as the endocervix, and in this area you can appreciate the stratified squamous epithelium and the simple columnar in endocervix. This insert show detailed. Here the endocervix is present where epithelium is simple columnar in nature with the branched glands, and here the epithelium abruptly changes at ectocervix into stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. In this insert you can also appreciate this is the cervical canal. This one is the epithelium which is simple columnar in nature. Here the epithelium abruptly change into the stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. Another slide stain with H and E section to the cervical mucosa. You can appreciate these large glands which is branched in nature present in the lamina propria of the cervix, and in the insert you can appreciate the tall columnar epithelial cells and the mucus secreted at their apices, and the basally located elongated nuclei are present. This is another slide showing you H and E stain section of the cervix. Here, this is this part of the cervical canal is the endocervix, which is lined by the simple columnar epithelium, and this part of the cervical canal is ectocervix, which project into the vaginal cavity. This part is also called portio vaginalis. It is lined by the stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium, and the endocervix or this part is also called portio supravaginalis, where the simple columnar epithelium is present. This insert is taken from this area where you can see the epithelium becomes stratified squamous, and this insert is taken from the area of the junction. Here you can see abrupt change from the simple columnar epithelium to stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. This is in this sense it is taken from the section of the glands from this area. You can appreciate the glands are lined by the simple columnar epithelial cells. Their nuclei are basally located and elongated, and supranuclear region is clear and light staining, which show that the mucus which was present in these cells which was washed in the process of slide preparation. In this area of the gland, you can appreciate that the change of the shape of the nuclei is present, and nuclei are crowded. So this part of the gland is taken with an tangential angle through the gland. Next is the slides of the vagina we will discuss. So vagina consists of the three layers. These are the mucosa, the muscularis mucosa, and adventitia. Mucosa of the vagina is lined by a stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. Just beneath the epithelium there is the connective tissue forming the lamina propria. This connective tissue is loose fibroelastic and it is rich in the blood vessels, and outer to this connective tissue is the muscularis layer, which having the inner smooth muscle layer and outer longitudinally arranged smooth muscle layer, and outer to this is the adventitium. So first we will discuss the epithelium. This epithelium is stratified squamous and non-keratinized type of epithelium. Although the keratohyalin granules are present in epithelium, but as it does not show any keratinization, so you can appreciate the nuclei present in the surface cell as well. Another important thing is the connective tissue beneath the epithelium project into the epithelium to form the papillas. The second change you can appreciate in this slide is just beneath epithelium, the connective tissue is loose connective tissue which is highly cellular in nature, and beneath this is the moderately dense irregular connective tissue which contains large number of the blood vessels. Another diagram, you can appreciate that the vaginal epithelium, which is stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium, then is the mucosa, and after the mucosa this is the muscular layer. This insert shows the section to the muscular layer. Here you can appreciate the smooth muscle bundles in this. So vaginal wall contains abundant connective tissue with large number of elastin. There is also thick muscular layer which is shown in this bracket area. This shows the muscular layer in more detail with longitudinal and smooth muscle cell layers. Adventitia contain larger nerves and arteries. In this diagram you can also appreciate these are the section of the nerves and these are the section of the arteries, which and outer to this is the connective tissue which blends with the connective tissue of the surrounding structures. Another diagram, an eastern section through the vaginal epithelium, stratified squamous non-keratinized type of epithelium. Surface cells show the nuclei in their apices, and beneath the epithelium there is a small amount of the loose connective tissue, and then there is dense irregular connective tissue. So vaginal epithelium is covered by non-keratinized type that contain abundant glycogen in the cytoplasm. This is very important because glycogen which is released into the lumen is converted into the lactic acid by the action of the bacteria which protects the mucosa of the vagina. These arrow indicate surface cells that can be collected for the pap smear. So this pap smear is also very important because with the help of the pap smear we can collect the scrapings from the vagina as well as the pool of the cells which is present in the fornices, and we can study to identify the early stages of the carcinoma of the cervix and the vaginal carcinoma. And also with the help of the pap smear we can collect information about the hormonal status or any other abnormalities. Another very beautiful diagram showing the epithelium, then the connective tissue, the loose connective tissue with the high cellularity, dense irregular connective tissue, and the smooth muscle layer. This insert shows the epithelium. This shows the another insert shows the epithelium, in which basal layer and middle layer and surface layer. In this part of the slide you can appreciate that this is some lymphatic capillary along with the valve present in it. This lymphatic capillary is present in the muscular layer of the vagina in this area. And another thing that you can appreciate, the longitudinal section of the smooth muscle cells and the cross section of the smooth muscle cells also seen in this slide. Also you can appreciate another vein present, and this one is the lymphatic capillary. So this is the reference for the slide, the histology, a text and atlas by the Michael H. Ross. And here the today's lecture is finished. We will meet in the next lecture, inshallah. Till then, thank you so much for your attention and Allah Hafiz.